amid the harsh salt lakes of Africa, where relentless heat scorches the earth and endless stretches of white salt reach the horizon. Millions of flamingos return every year to begin a new cycle of life. Upon tiny mounds of mud, a fragile new life has just entered the world. Few people realize that flamingo chicks are not born pink. They hatch with soft grey feathers, straight beaks, and unsteady legs. During their first weeks of life, they depend entirely on the shelter of their parents' wings and the rich, crimson crop milk that nourishes them. As their legs grow stronger, the chicks leave their first mud nests and enter nature's enormous nursery. Surrounded by tens of thousands of nearly identical youngsters, a life that seems safe is, in reality, only just beginning. High above, rising columns of warm air carry silent predators as they scan the colony below. The moment a single chick becomes separated from the flock, the hunt begins. In this world, even a few seconds of carelessness can cost a life. The alarm call echoes across the colony. Instantly, the sea of chicks becomes a surging river of movement. Tens of thousands of tiny legs race at once, but not every youngster is fast enough to escape the deadly beat plunging from the sky. As the distance between predator and prey shrinks to only a few feet, the adult flamingos make the most dangerous choice of all. They turn back to face the threat instead of fleeing. The instant the chick collapses into the muddy ground, both parents rush forward without hesitation. They know they cannot defeat the predator, but if they can delay it for just a few precious seconds, the chick may still have a chance to survive. After the fierce confrontation, the small family finds one another again among countless birds that look exactly alike, not by color or appearance, but through a unique call that only parents and their chick can recognize. But nature never stops testing them. As the lake begins to dry, the entire flock is forced to embark on a journey even more unforgiving than any hunt they have survived. Beneath the blazing sun, the water evaporates, leaving thick layers of salt clinging to the chick's legs. Every step grows heavier, until nature itself turns those tiny legs into shackles. And that is when the predators appear. A patient hyena moves in, locking its eyes on the weakest chick struggling behind the flock. The battle for survival is no longer fought in the sky, but across the blinding white ground. Once again, the parents place themselves between their chick and death. As they risk everything to hold the predator back, the young flamingo drags itself toward the last remaining pool of water, where the salt finally dissolves away. That single moment changes its destiny forever. Upon reaching new waters, survival is no longer about escaping danger, it is about learning how to live. Day by day, the beak curves downward. Each filtering motion becomes more precise, and for the first time, the young flamingo finds food entirely on its own. Meanwhile, another miracle quietly unfolds. Flamingos are not born with their famous pink feathers. Their color comes from what they eat. Pigments found in algae and tiny brine shrimp slowly transform their plumage over the passing months. But not everyone survives to witness that transformation. The empty spaces scattered across the lake are silent reminders that only the strongest individuals ever make it this far. Just 1 year ago, it was a small great chick, stumbling across a muddy nest and barely escaping the jaws of predators. Today, it has become a fully grown flamingo with wings powerful enough to soar alongside millions of others. As millions of wings rise together from the lake, the sight is more than one of nature's greatest spectacles. It is the reward earned by those who survive the scorching heat, relentless hunger, deadly predators, and every challenge life placed before them. Soon, the flock lands at another distant lake. The first mud nests begin to take shape. New eggs will soon be laid, and another generation will begin the same journey their parents once endured. In nature, survival is not simply about staying alive. It is about passing life on to the next generation. A flamingo may spend years before it finally wears its brilliant pink plumage. Yet that beauty is not something it is born with, it is earned through everything it endures, day after day. Few people realize that if carotenoid-rich food becomes scarce, that vibrant pink color will gradually fade. For a flamingo, its color is more than beauty, it is a visible sign of health, strength, and the ability to survive. Flamingos are rarely alone. A bird separated from the flock faces far greater dangers, while a united colony can spot predators sooner and protect one another through sheer numbers. Remarkably, amid the calls of hundreds of thousands of flamingos echoing across the lake, parents can still recognize the unique voice of their own chick. One small call is enough to reunite a family in a sea of birds. Their long legs allow flamingos to wade through shallow, salty waters where few other animals can survive. Ironically, the harshest places on Earth become the safest home they could ever have. With every migration, millions of wings cross Africa's vast lakes once again, carrying the legacy of countless generations that were born, grew, and disappeared upon these very landscapes. Some chicks will never reach adulthood. Some parents will give their lives protecting their young. Yet the flock endures, because every generation leaves behind a chance for the next to carry on. Nature never promises an easy life. It offers only one thing: an opportunity for those willing to adapt, persevere, and rely on one another in the face of adversity. Perhaps that is what makes the flamingo one of nature's greatest symbols of resilience. Not because it is the strongest, but because it never stops moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey becomes. And somewhere on another African salt lake, fresh eggs are already trembling inside newly built mud nests. Another journey of survival has begun, continuing a story that has unfolded on Earth for millions of years.